Hi folks, just now leaving Jindabyne on our adventure to Dargo High Plains, Blue Rag and Crooked River with the Snowy Mountains Motorcycle Club. I'll have to forgive the voice overlay. My microphone didn't record any audio of the trip. A few technical difficulties getting it onto my computer. Anyway, this is how we'll roll with it for the trip. So here we are pulling in the Wallace Craigie lookout. It's a great lookout just down the Barrier Way out of Jindabyne. The view never gets old. Our first stop out of town. Bit of a regroup and see what's going on. Yeah, top spot. Works along the Barrier Way. It was a bit to get past it, but the upside of that was it was like a super highway down into the river. It's probably the best I've ever ridden the road. Township of Suckenbuggen, down the middle of the Barrier Way now. It's this little creek crossing. Again, stop for another little regroup. Pretty nice down there. Good little camping spot just on the river here. few sheep out on the right here, on the outside of the fence, kind of a little bit of a worry, but all's good. We're going past, and here I am trying to be a Moto 3 rider with Cameron. I just got the upper hand of him. We've got the same bikes, CRF 250s with a massive 26 horsepower in them. It makes for a bit of fun when we're slipstreaming each other on the roads and trying to get a run up for the hills. Twisties keeping up with the bigger bikes until we got onto the hills. It was a bit of fun. Just coming into Amio. It was pretty good fun. First night stop was at Dog Grave campsite in Victoria. It was a pretty good camping spot. Good toilets, we were all spread out pretty big, had the place to ourselves. It had a cabin in it that you could stay in, although we didn't bother. The weather was perfect. It's really pretty good. There was Ian over there by himself. Obviously everybody got the word that I snore, so they stayed right away from me. There's the cabin. It's pretty well set out. It's got like a potbelly stove and that inside it. Campfire on the side there, so it's all pretty good. It was pretty easy going. It was good to kick back after a good day's riding, but if the weather got a bit crappy, I reckon this cabin would have been okay. It was pretty new, pretty modern. Nice little potbelly, and it was all in pretty good nick. Yeah, we were pretty impressed with this campsite, really. I couldn't believe nobody was there. So the boys just relaxing out there, I guess. They're I think Cameron's doing something with his feet after being in the boots all day. And there's Brennan, just kind of relaxing, chilling out. It's pretty good. Just about to cook dinner, so it's all pretty good. Back in order again. This is the Crooked River outside of Dargo. The trail just winds backwards and forwards across the river, so like multiple creek crossings. Little rallies had no problem with it. I hadn't done creek crossings for a long time, so I had a few issues with my balance, so I was a little bit worried about it, but the rally was perfect. The 26 horsepower just gets you out of so much trouble. It was good fun. It was actually pretty good fun. So a bit pebbly bottom, but there was no dramas with it all. We just crisscrossed backwards and forwards across the river for about 20 k's, and then we just headed back into Dargo for lunch. It was a top day's riding. It's probably one of the best days riding that I've had in a long time. Really good, easy going day. Just enough adventure, bit of a climb out and then back towards Dargo. It was really good. this was a climb up into the Blue Rag. I didn't shoot all of it. This is just the top section of it. It's steeper than it looks in the video. It's quite steep. For me, on the little rally, I pretty much just flogged the shit out of it in first gear all the way up. Did it on its ear. I couldn't believe it. It was pretty good. But you looked at the sides off here, it just fell away into the valley. It's probably, I don't know, one of the most breathtaking rides I've ever done. Probably done harder stuff, but not in the last few years. This last climb up to the top was pretty incredible. And the view was just beyond spectacular. It's just amazing up the top there. We got up to the half, we're almost here now. And then you just look ahead and it just goes up to the tree. I was looking at it just going, Christ, it just falls away on either side. So that was a concern. And then we're up at the trig. And like I was saying about the views, it's pretty spectacular. It's probably really worth the effort. Bit scary in some spots, but you know, it's only because I haven't been riding for such a long time. The bikes did it on their own. Everybody told us that the rallies couldn't do it, but they're a pretty good little bike. They just seem to go everywhere. They don't go anywhere fast. They're pretty good. We just absorbed the view for a bit. It's got to be one of the best views in Australia, I reckon. Unbelievable. Anyway, all the hype that they talk about the Blue Rag is certainly worth it. We had good, not much cloud cover. It's pretty good. Yeah, camp just maybe 5 or 10 k's away from the Blue Rag. It was just off the edge of the road, about 50 k's out of Hotham, and it was pretty good. And the climb into Hotham, it's pretty good. So in the Hotham village now, and then we just parked the bikes up for a view at the end, and that was it. Pretty spectacular trip all up. I was pretty happy about it. A little bit of footage at the Alpine Way on the way home, and that's about it for us. Great adventure. Wind our way through the Alpine Way, it wraps up the 2018 Dargo, High Plains, Crooked River, Blue Rag trip for 2018. If anybody wants to come on one of those rides, lives around Jindabyne area, just message the club on the Facebook page, get in contact. These rides are reasonably regular. Other than that, I hope I didn't bore you too much with my voice, and until next time, hopefully I'll get all my mics and everything sorted. See you later.